As per the International Union for Conservation of Nature (IUCN) Red List of Threatened Species, which provides an extensive assessment of global conservation status for various biological species, alarming statistics reveal that a significant percentage of marine life is at risk of extinction. Sharks and rays, comprising 37% of the world's total, along with 33% of reef corals, 26% of mammals, including marine mammals, and 21% of reptiles are currently facing the threat of extinction. These species, predominantly found in oceans and marine environments, are severely impacted by multiple factors such as overfishing, habitat loss and degradation, pollution, and the grave effects of climate change. As a result, urgent and comprehensive protection measures are imperative for these 11 examples of the most endangered species in the ocean to prevent their further decline. Vaquita. The vaquita, a timid and highly elusive dolphin, has an exclusive habitat in Mexico's Gulf of California. Measuring only 1.5 meters, it is also the smallest known cetacean species. Despite its recent discovery in 1958, the vaquita population has plummeted due to rampant and unregulated fishing practices, particularly the use of gill nets, in its limited range. Shockingly, there are now only 10 individuals remaining in the wild. Bycatching, wherein large numbers of unintended marine species are captured during fishing for other species, has resulted in a staggering 94% decline in population between 1997 and 2016. Despite increased awareness and conservation efforts, Mexico has taken steps backward by rolling back protective measures such as fishing-free vaquita refuges, and increasing fishing boat quotas in vaquita habitats, further endangering this critically endangered species. North Atlantic right whale. As of 2021, the North Atlantic right whale population has suffered a staggering decline to fewer than 340 individuals, plummeting from 480 individuals in 2011. This sharp decrease is attributed to the double threat of ship strikes and entanglement in fishing gear. Efforts to mitigate these risks, such as the implementation of ropeless fishing gear, have been initiated to protect the species. However, in many regions around the world, inadequate fishing restrictions have hindered conservation efforts. For instance, in Maine, USA, the lobster fishery, a significant contributor to the state's economy, has been embroiled in conflicts with conservationists over designated protected areas, impeding effective conservation measures. Yangtze finless porpoise. Endemic to the Yangtze River in China, the finless porpoise is a unique marine mammal that inhabits one of Asia's longest rivers, responsible for generating 20% of China's GDP. As one of the few cetacean species adapted to freshwater systems, the finless porpoise has faced severe impacts from local fisheries, including bycatching and entanglement. The densely populated waterways the porpoise calls home are often congested with boat traffic, posing increased risks of collisions and injuries. Moreover, the Yangtze River has been plagued by industrial and plastic pollution, as well as agricultural runoff, further endangering the porpoise population. In fact, the latest figures from 2017 indicate a drastic decline to only 1,040 individuals. With an alarming annual decline rate of 13%, urgent conservation actions are crucial to prevent the extinction of this species within the next decade. Hawaiian monk seal. The Hawaiian monk seal, which is native to the northwestern Hawaiian Islands, is a unique species that belongs to the rare group of earless seals adapted to warm beaches instead of colder climates. Throughout history, the monk seal has been subjected to rampant poaching and hunting for its valuable meat, oil, and skin, resulting in significant declines in its population. However, the survival of this species is now facing additional threats from plastic pollution, marine debris, and entanglement in fishing nets in and around Hawaiian waters. Recent research estimates the total population of Hawaiian monk seals to be approximately 1,400 individuals, underscoring the urgent need for conservation efforts to protect this endangered species. Hawksbill turtles and Kemp's Ridley turtles. Out of the 7 sea turtle species found worldwide, 6 are classified as threatened or endangered. The hawksbill turtle and Kemp's Ridley turtle, in particular, are considered critically endangered on the IUCN Red List, with the latter's population estimated to be less than 10,000 individuals. Coastal development, marine pollution, overfishing, and hunting are among the biggest threats faced by these endangered ocean species. Over the past few decades, sea turtles have struggled due to diminishing areas of suitable land for nesting, as well as being targeted by poachers for their eggs, shells, meat, and skin. Climate change poses additional challenges, such as more severe storms, rising sea levels, shifting currents, and hotter sands. The temperature of the sand affects the sex of hatchlings, and warmer temperatures can skew the sex ratio of populations. Furthermore, artificial light sources from urban buildings have been known to confuse and misdirect newly hatched turtles. Urgent conservation efforts are needed to protect these vulnerable sea turtle species from these multiple threats. Giant Manta Ray. According to a 2020 report by the IUCN, the population of giant manta rays has declined by 50% to 79% over a span of 87 years, primarily due to unsustainable fishing practices. Giant manta rays are often targeted and harvested for their gill plates, which they use to filter feed on small zooplankton from the water column, particularly in emerging markets in Asia. Compounding the issue is the fact that manta rays have a slow reproductive rate, giving birth to just one offspring every few years in the wild, and the young are often left unprotected. As a result, population recovery has been challenging and slow. While there is limited information on the global distribution of giant manta rays, regional population estimates range from around 100 to 1,500 individuals, highlighting the urgent need for conservation efforts to protect these majestic creatures from further decline. Whale shark. Whale sharks, despite their misleading name, are among the most endangered species in the ocean. These majestic creatures are not whales, but rather the largest species of shark and fish. They are found in tropical and warm temperate seas, with significant populations in the Atlantic Ocean and Indo-Pacific Ocean. Whale sharks play a crucial role in maintaining the resilience of tropical marine ecosystems, providing habitat and shelter for smaller sea creatures, and enjoying a mutually beneficial relationship with tuna. Unfortunately, human-induced threats, particularly from the fishing industry and cargo traffic, are devastating the whale shark population. In the Indo-Pacific region, which is home to approximately 75% of all whale sharks, a decline of 63% has been inferred over a span of 75 years. Being filter feeders, whale sharks are also at higher risk of ingesting toxic or indigestible pollutants that enter the oceans, such as plastics and industrial runoff. Northern fur seal. Northern fur seals, which inhabit waters ranging from Japan to the Channel Islands of California, spend most of their lives at sea and only come ashore to breed. These magnificent creatures were extensively hunted for their fur in the late 1800s, until the US finally banned commercial harvest, and placed them under the protection of the Marine Mammal Protection Act in 1985, making it illegal to kill them except for research or native subsistence purposes. Despite these protective measures, the global population of northern fur seals has dwindled to an estimated 1.1 million individuals. These seals continue to face numerous challenges, including competition with commercial fishing industries, bycatch, accidental capture in fishing gear, and the impacts of climate change. Overfishing can reduce the availability of prey for northern fur seals, and bycatch can result in accidental injury or death. Climate change also poses threats such as changing ocean conditions and habitat loss, which can affect the availability of food and suitable breeding sites for these animals. Southern bluefin tuna. This fish species, which is of great commercial importance, has recently been downgraded from being listed as critically endangered to endangered due to regional fishing quotas and efforts to crack down on illegal fishing over the past decade. However, the threat of overfishing persists, with some tuna stocks still classified as severely depleted in certain regions. In addition to overfishing, rising ocean temperatures pose another significant challenge for the southern bluefin tuna. As tuna are highly adapted for continuous and fast swimming, they have a high demand for oxygen, relying on efficient respiratory and circulatory systems. However, the impacts of climate change, such as rising ocean temperatures, can disrupt these physiological processes. Changes in ocean temperatures can affect the availability of oxygen in the water, potentially impacting the distribution and abundance of tuna populations. Dugong. Often referred to as sea cows, dugongs, which are close relatives of manatees, peacefully graze on seagrasses in shallow coastal waters of the Indian and Western Pacific Oceans. These gentle giants are facing threats from coastal development, habitat loss, including loss of seagrass, and water pollution. The Persian Gulf is home to the second-largest population of dugongs in the world, with the current estimated population ranging from 5,800 to 7,300 individuals, inhabiting most of the southern coast. Coral reefs. Coral reefs, which are among the most important and diverse marine ecosystems, have been severely impacted by rising ocean temperatures and climate change. Despite covering only 2% of the ocean area, coral reefs are home to 25% of all marine life. While stony corals are the predominant type of coral found in tropical reefs, there is a stunning variety of corals that exist across the ocean floor. In recent years, increasing water temperatures and acidification have led to multiple coral bleaching events, where corals lose their vibrant colors and are left with only their exoskeleton, often resulting in their death. According to the latest Status of Coral Reefs of the World report, global coral cover has been halved since the 1950s, primarily due to human-driven climate change, damaging practices such as overfishing, dredging, quarrying, and bottom trawling, as well as pollution from poorly recycled sewage water and pervasive plastics. The decline in coral cover has resulted in a significant loss of reef biodiversity, with a 60% decline in some areas, and has taken a toll on coastal populations that depend on coral reefs for their livelihoods. Urgent action is needed to address the multiple threats faced by coral reefs, including mitigating climate change, adopting sustainable fishing practices, reducing pollution, and promoting responsible waste management. The species mentioned in this video, including the giant manta ray, whale shark, northern fur seal, southern bluefin tuna, and dugong, are facing significant challenges due to human-driven factors such as overfishing, habitat loss, climate change, and pollution. These majestic creatures are vital to marine ecosystems, and their survival is crucial for maintaining the health and balance of our oceans. As responsible inhabitants of this planet, it's our responsibility to take action and protect these endangered species. This includes supporting conservation efforts, advocating for sustainable fishing practices, reducing pollution, and raising awareness about the importance of marine biodiversity. Through collective efforts, we can make a positive impact and ensure a brighter future for these magnificent species and our oceans as a whole. Let's come together to protect and preserve these vulnerable species for future generations to appreciate and enjoy. Remember, we have the power to make a difference, and every action counts. Thank you for joining us in this important cause. Together, we can make a change.